large cantilevered poured installations are just astonishing. I mean, that within a year or a year and a half, she did this series of just monumental in scale installations that are both formally and experientially just not like anything else. They're abstract, but there's certainly references to things in the world, in the natural world. They're almost like some kind of a science fiction, like, being in caves or you don't quite know where you are.
When you see it, this abstract form, when she deals with many different material, is something within us that I don't know what it is. It's something very abstract and something very prehistoric for me.
She introduced the notion of time because certain of these series where she used a phosphorescent pigment. So when you turn off the light, it's become like science fiction, glooming, green stuff, and so it's on and off. The painting is never on and off.
Why she stopped doing them, is interesting also, although she certainly kept some of the same elements. They were meant to be specific to those spaces. They were meant to be a total environment, and so you had the experience only, the people who could actually be in those spaces.
The Modern Museum in Chicago, they wanted me to do a piece, but I just couldn't wear art on my sleeve. I didn't want to do show, it's such a great museums there, but particularly in Chicago, I just couldn't go and do another installation. I just couldn't do another two. I didn't feel like I could see. It was too painful to go on with it and to push myself in an area I didn't need to push anymore. I knew what I could do. I had already made the works at MIT. I stopped making those pieces and began to work in my studio until I thought of making this idea of this fountain. I actually envisioned the idea of the 4 pieces long before I even did the first wave in a print that I did in Chicago. And I had a form in the center that held the pieces up. And this is unique in that the pieces are held by their own, floating above the water. But the idea of having a north, south, east, west occurred to me sometime, I think, in the late 70s.